feel like as a Liverpool fan, that is really the only way you can start this reaction. Far out. I mean, can we please start winning games earlier? This is going to be not good for my heart, and this is going to be a long season if this is how it continues for Liverpool. I mean, it is absolutely great to watch when we find that way to get the winner every single time, but it is nerve-wracking watching, and you just want that goal to just come a bit earlier. But that is the fourth win in a row that Liverpool have got in the Premier League, and they have got taken maximum points, the only side to do this. But also, we have got all four of those wins in the last 10 minutes. I mean, mentality monsters or what? But is this sustainable for Liverpool really? Let's find out. And if you are a Liverpool fan, please subscribe to the channel, as I will be producing a lot of Liverpool content if you like what you see. Just before we move on to Liverpool, I would first of all like to give a shout out to Scott Parker, because I've been hugely critical of sides coming up from the Championship and looking to play really expensive football. Southampton, Burnley a couple of years ago as well, I've been hugely critical of, saying it's absolutely shit. You can't play like this coming up from the Prem. You'll never survive, but also you'll be completely exposed against quality sides. I mean, look at Russell Martin. He's such an average manager, and he got the Rangers job because of his style of football, and now he's been completely exposed. For me, this just sums up how it works. This is how you go up against a team like Liverpool and win. You set up at 5 at the back with 4 in midfield and then a striker. You just pack the midfield, defend for your lives, and just hope. And that's what they did. Burnley didn't look to win this game convincingly. They didn't even look to try and win the game. They were like, okay, if we get a chance in the break, we'll take it. But the main goal is to survive. And I say that's exactly what Burnley should do. I have no problem from a Liverpool fan of Burnley doing this. And anybody that's criticising Burnley for doing this really needs to understand football. Look at how Burnley are going up against. They're a team coming up from the Championship, which has been impossible to do for years after years now, going up against the Premier League champions Liverpool. What do you want them to do? Do you want them to just go expensive, look to win the game? They'll just get exposed completely, and they would have lost this game 4 or 5-0. They should have won. They should have got a point from this game, Burnley, today, and it was all down to the style of football they played. It was perfect for how they needed to play. I mean, just quickly onto the stats, you can sort of see how Liverpool dominated this game. They had more possession, more expected goals, more total shots, and more big chances. Exactly what you'd expect, though. And that isn't enough to beat sides. And that's what people, Liverpool and fans need to understand. You can look at the stats and go, oh, Burnley part the bus. They offered nothing, and Liverpool deserved to win this game. But in reality, Burnley played, if you watch the game, Burnley played very well. They defended their box brilliantly, and they did exactly what they could do to play and win this game. And that's what they should have done. Liverpool really failed to break it down, and fair play to Burnley for that. But Liverpool need to be criticised today. They lack creativity and they weren't good enough. That is my honest opinion as a Liverpool fan. I was very disappointed with how we played today, and we really need to improve, especially considering we're going up against Atletico Madrid next, which are going to be very similar and play just as well as Burnley and play better and got a lot more going forward, and I'm sure they will set up in a similar way. So that is going to be interesting, and I will be previewing that game if you want to check it out on the YouTube channel. But yes, Liverpool need to learn how to break down these low blocks. It's not been good enough. We need to figure out different ways, and Liverpool haven't been good enough in the first 4 games. There's no doubt about that, and I'm really hoping that it's going to click soon rather than later. Otherwise, we will start dropping Premier League points, which we really don't want to do, considering last year this was actually when we were at our best, sort of around this period of time, and then it eventually dropped off. That's what I was sort of hoping would be. I was hoping we'd be at the top and then we'd keep it. Hopefully we're just starting off slow, but then we're going to peak right at the end, right where we need to at the end of the season. That's what I think as a Liverpool fan we've got to hope for. So I'm now just going to quickly go through some player ratings, and this will be out of 10. In goal, Alisson, I'm just going to give him a 6. Right back, Szoboszlai, about, I think, a 7. He played well, I think, at points, Szoboszlai. I think he was one of our better players. Kanate, I'm just going to give another 6, and, as well as Van Dijk. Just had nothing really to do. This never was a defensive game. Burnley only had 21% possession to do anything with it. Kirkies, I'm going to give a 4. He got dragged immediately. I mean, I don't know what else you can give Kirkies unless it comes out he was injured. Gravenberch, I thought was very good today, and I'm going to give him a 7. McAllister, I thought was alright at points. Not great, though. Again, he should be that creative player that's creating opportunities, and he didn't create enough. 5. Mo Salah, poor performance. Obviously scored the winning pen, may sort of save him, but I'm still going to give him a 5. Wirtz, I'm really hoping this is going to work out, and I think it will, but he's still not performing where he needs to be, and I'm going to give him another 5. Cody Gakpo, not really the game for Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo, I think, requires more space than this, and he's better sort of when there's a bit more open play, and I was screaming for Ria Ingamoa a bit early than what we saw him, so I'm going to give him a 5, and Ikatike I'm also going to give a 5. So nothing really supplied, but actually Ikatike I'll give a 6 because I don't really know what more he could have done with the service. Andy Robertson I thought was actually very good for Liverpool, and I'm going to give him a 7, and so was Connor Bradley, who I'm also going to give a 7. The rest I'm not going to bother to mark because we didn't have that opportunity to see more of them. So just some key moments in this game between Liverpool and Burnley. Obviously, Ugochukwu being sent off. He should have been sent off earlier for the McAllister challenge. That was 100% a red card, and I couldn't quite believe that VAR didn't give that. I mean, it studs up on the ankle. Any other day of the week, I feel like that gets given, and it wasn't. So when he got sent off for his second yellow, even though it may have seemed a bit harsh, I felt like it should have come an hour earlier. So I just think you're just going to let that and go, fine. Like that he deserved to be sent off earlier. Let's not argue about the yellow card. There's no point. And obviously Mo Salah converting the penalty in the final minute. I mean, I don't really know what Hannibal Mejbri's doing. He's actually playing basketball. Like, it's ridiculous, and it almost felt scripted that. But anyway, Hannibal obviously getting penalised for that handball. It was 100% a handball. I don't want to hear anything else. It definitely was. And Liverpool got away with it again. And look, if people complain about how Liverpool keep getting away with it, look, I understand. It's not convincing. We're not playing well. But I think the one thing you can say about Liverpool is they never give up, and they kept going. Even when it looked like Burnley were going to hold on, they just kept pushing, and they eventually found the 3 points. And look, this is the sort of mentality that Liverpool have had under Klopp, and it's continued under Slot, and it has picked us up crucial points. But this isn't an excuse for today's performance. It's not good enough, and I'm really interested to see how we do against Atletico Madrid, because that is going to be a very similar game. Atletico Madrid would have watched Burnley today and say, look, we can do something very similar, but we can offer a lot more going forward with the likes of Julian Alvarez. So it's going to be very difficult to contain Atletico Madrid as well as breaking them down if we play like that today. And I am worried for that Champions League fixture, as well as Everton on the weekend. We have the likes of Jack Grealish and Dewsbury Hall, who are playing brilliantly. Good defence. So yeah, Liverpool got challenging fixtures coming up. They've got to rest up, and they've really got to reset and think, how are we going to break down these sides? But also, how are we going to start playing better? Because it hasn't been good enough so far. If you disagree, please let me know. Do you think Liverpool have actually started all right? I think they started all right, actually. If you think Liverpool started well, and where do they need to improve? Because I've picked out a couple of things today, but I think there's probably more that you could mention in the comments. And also, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, as it really helps me grow this channel, which I will continue to post Liverpool content on.